due to the amendments that we passed. So I don't know, I asked for a motion to amend the item in the nature of a substitution, and I don't know if we did have it, I have no idea. All right, so I'm asking, so say, I don't know, did you? Okay, so now I'm making, asking for an amendment in the nature of the substitution that would include all of the amendments that we offered today. So, legislator Dunn, motion? Moved by legislator Kennedy, okay. Oh, Jesus, Mary. I'm afraid every time I hear Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Are we all okay, where are motion has been made to offer an amendment in the nature of a substitution, and moved by legislator Dunn, second by legislator Kennedy. Okay. I think that's what a minute.
Okay, all those in favor of the amendment to the nature?
Oh, God. I'm going to have this automatic, okay? Goes on, goes off, goes on. Okay, all those in favor of the amendment to the nature of the substitution signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed?
Nay.
Okay.
No.
Okay, what do we got? What do you got?
No.
Okay, 4 noes, okay, 4 noes and 10 ayes, okay. By the way, did you, do I have 10 votes here? Or do I, hold on.
That Capel's gone.
All right. Okay,
Is it a no for you? On the amendment, okay, all right. Okay, but the item, no, okay. All right, now, we have some questions that we're asking. The item passes, that doesn't pass, the amendments and the nature of substitution pass 10 to, I can't, 11 to 4. Okay, now, well, hold on a minute. We have 10, and with him it's 11, but wait till we get to the item, okay? Now, we have some questions that we need to ask, and I believe legislator Muscarello is going to ask the first one, and I'm going to ask the second one.
Okay. You have heard the concerns of legislator Solage and legislator Gaylor with respect to an IDA grant on the Green Acres Shopping Center, which provided a pilot or an exemption to Green Acres Shopping Center. On this item, what effect does this item have on the exemption, or what effect would the exemption have on our passing this item with respect to school tax bills which are out?
There would be no effect. The bills are, as you said, out, the levies have been sent, everything has gone out, so there would be no effect.
If in fact the IDA or the town sues the IDA and the IDA rescinds the exemption, and sometime in the future those properties are found to have been incorrectly assessed, how would there be any remedy to the taxpayers of the county, and more specifically within the school district, if it turns out that the IDA was wrong?
Well, if it is deemed to be invalid, the property would go back onto the tax roll, and the taxpayers would be seeing relief the following year when the property is ultimately restored to the roll again. But that would also include amounts for 2017. So in 2018 it would be relief, but it would also include amounts for 2017.
Am I correct to state that it wouldn't be in the nature of a tax surcharge, it wouldn't be a restoration in the nature of the county paying back all of the incorrectly paid monies? And in fact, well, let me say it this way. The school district will get their full amount regardless of who it's from. The town gets their full amount, the county gets the full amount. If it turns out that the proportions were incorrect in the future, am I right to say that in the future tax bills, the residents would see a relief for the credit that they overpaid, and Green Acres Shopping Mall would pay an additional amount for the monies that they didn't pay but should have paid?
They would be part of the tax base again at that point, and there would be relief through the mechanism of omitted property, and there would be benefits for the taxpayers in 2018 for 2017 and 2018.
So if we pass this today, or if we don't pass it today, it has no effect basically on the school tax bill that's been paid by the residents of the Valley Stream school districts.
That's correct.
Okay, I don't have any questions right now.
May I? Presiding officer.
I have 2 or 3 more questions, and then Legislator Szilagyi. What is the effect of not passing this levy today?
Well, it doesn't have any effect on the schools. As it's already been mentioned, the bills and the warrants have already gone out. But there is a charter requirement that requires the budget and the tax levy to be passed by the 30th of October, today being the day after Sunday. So it does need to be passed today. If it's not, then we go into we would not have a tax levy for 2017, and we would find ourselves in an exigency situation where the levy would be effectively, the levy for 2016 would be reissued. However, that is something that can be corrected going forward.
Okay. Can it be delayed at this point?
No, it should not be delayed. The law requires it.
Okay, now, I want to make you happy. No, I do. Okay, Legislator Szilagyi.
Thank you very much, Presiding Officer, and thank you to Legislator Mascarella for those questions. So by passing this, in essence, today, residents of Malvern, Oceanside, Valley Stream, Franklin Square, for 2017 and 2018 would have to pay anywhere between $750, $1,000, or $1,500 extra. Is that correct?
It has absolutely no effect on any of the school taxes at this point. And as far as 2018 is concerned, that's just speculation at this point. We don't know how anything is going to be playing out.
But again, so even if we have the assessor here and he confirmed the statements that I made before, in which we know of an error by which possibly the supervisor of the town of Hempstead is choosing to eliminate that board. If there is an error, in essence, today we are pretty much justifying that error or voting for this even knowing that there is an error.
I wouldn't say we're justifying it. It's more of a situation where it's separate and apart from what's going on in the school districts. As much as we would like to help the taxpayers in the school districts affected, no vote today by this legislature will have any effect.
But again, we're not, the intent of this motion is not, again, based on the intended effect. The effect of this is more so to make sure that we are voting on true and accurate information. And, you know, I'm hearing different advice here, different statements being made here. I have no way of knowing if, you know, these tax rolls are correct. So, you know, again, just about, I was at, and so as Legislator Gaylor, we were at many meetings before in which even members of the IDA showed expressions on their face or said statements that indicate they didn't really know how this deal got done. A major national corporation, Macerich Corporation, in essence, getting a tax grievance, $2 million off of the value of their property. So what the town ID, in essence, did here was they provided a tax grievance to them all. You know, again, I truly believe, and that's why I abstained from the vote on September 26th, I truly believe that, again, the assessed values that we're looking at and this tax roll are not correct. And if we have diligent investigators, we should not vote for this. I respect and I appreciate the time and consideration that the majority gave upon this issue. It shows that you are taking it seriously. I stand, and now I know why Legislator Ford stood against that IDA development in Long Beach. And going forward, I'm questioning all IDA programs even further. And I know I'm putting myself on the spot by saying that. But again, this IDA program was incorrectly done. Which is why the supervisor of the town of Hempstead has taken some steps, but not all of the necessary steps. And in essence, by us passing this tax roll, and by us saying that there is no issue with this mall being classified as a home. Have you seen how big that mall is? It's on the tax roll now at the same level as a home. Wow. By voting, my colleagues in government, please, by voting for this, you're saying that you see nothing wrong with that. And I see everything wrong with that.
Yes.
So I encourage you, I implore you respectfully to please do the right thing. It's never too late to do the right thing. I don't care what you say that the tax bills have been printed. So what? We'll spend more money. We'll spend more money on paper. We do that all the time here. So what? It is never too late to do the right thing. Please, all I'm asking is that we err on the side of caution. The assessor of this county, Mr. Davis, maybe because he's not elected, he feels the need that he doesn't feel the need to show up. But please, we're begging for the assessor here to just ask him a question. And if I ask him that question and he gives me a fair answer, then I'll go along with voting for this. But I cannot vote for this knowing that there are significant and material issues of fact within this pilot program. Thank you. I move to table the amended item until we get a written county attorney opinion. I need a written opinion. And as fellow attorneys, please, I know you can understand and appreciate that, a written opinion. Because I hear you saying one thing, you say another thing, I see you get in a fight with Fran Becker. I don't know what's going on here.
I'm going to second that motion.
Thank you.
To table, okay, there's a motion to table the item as amended, and I have to use that term because we didn't use it before. And all those in favor of amending Tabling, I'm sorry. Tabling the ordinance as amended, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Nay.
Can we have a roll call vote, please?
Sure we can. You want a roll call? Go right ahead. You keep Mr.
Because I want the residents of Malvern, Lynbrook, Oceanside, Valley Stream, and Franklin Square to know who voted against doing the right thing. Roll call vote, please.
Presiding officer said okay. Goes through the chair.
We're going to pack this room.
Yes.
The same way I did with the casino, we're going to pack this room.
He asked for a roll call on the tabling of this item, which failed. Let's go.
Okay. Deputy Presiding Officer Richard Nicolello.
No.
Alternate Deputy Presiding Officer Howard Copel.
It's his district, he's out here.
Okay. Legislator Sheila Bino.
Yes.
Legislator Carrie Solange.
Yes.
Legislator Denise Ford.
No.
Legislator Laura Curran.
Yes.
Legislator C. William Gaylord III.
Yes.
Legislator Vincent Muscarella.
No.
Legislator Ellen Birnbaum, she's absent. Legislator Delia DeRigi Whitten.
Yes.
Legislator James Kennedy.
No.
Legislator Laura Schaefer.
No.
Legislator Dennis Dunn Sr.
No.
Legislator Rosemary Walker.
No.
Legislator Donald McKenzie.
No.
Legislator Stephen Rhodes.
No.
Minority Leader Kavan Abrams. Absent. Presiding Officer Norman Gonzalez.
No. Okay.
We have a quorum now.
Okay. We have a motion.
I'm sorry. A motion.
The motion to table has been defeated by 10 to 4, 5. 10 to 5. All right. Now for the item as amended, which is item, item 11, the tax levy ordinance or ordinance 178. All those in favor of the item as amended signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, item passed.
Please, Presiding Officer, I understand that this will not be formally on the record if we don't do a roll call vote of the final vote. So please, if we could do a roll call vote.
It's on the record. It's on the record. Don't worry.
Can we do a roll call on this?
If it makes you happy?
Yes, please, thank you.
It makes Mr. Paulus happy because at least he can do his job.
want it now.
Okay. Deputy Presiding Officer Richard Nicolello. Alternate Deputy Presiding Officer.
Come on, Rich. Yes, Rich. Yes. He said no.
He said no.
He said no.
On the record.
Let's start again. Deputy Presiding Officer Richard Nicolello.
Yes.
Mr. Copel is absent. Legislator Sheila Bino.
No.
Legislator Carrie Solange.
No.
Legislator Denise Ford.
Yes.
Legislator Laura Curran.
No.
Legislator C. William Gaylord III.
No.
Legislator Vincent Muscarella.
Yes.
Legislator Ellen Birnbaum is absent. Legislator Delia DeRigi Whitten.
No.
Legislator James Kennedy.
Yes.
Legislator Laura Schaefer.
Yes.
Legislator Dennis Dunn Sr.
Yes.
Legislator Rosemary Walker.
Yes.
Legislator Donald McKenzie.
Yes.
Legislator Stephen Rhodes.
Yes.
Minority Leader Kavan Abrams is absent. Presiding Officer Norman Gonzalez.
Yes. Okay, the item passes, I believe, 10 to 5. Correct? Yes. I'm sorry, we have one more item, which is item 14, resolution